Hey, how's everyone doing? This is Samantha from Perfect Sun LED. It's been a while since we did a grow update, so I am doing one now. So I'm sorry if I'm a little rusty at doing it. We're going to be trying to do more grow updates more regular. As you can see, we got some babies started right now. I'm going to be showing you guys what is what. We got these 4 right here under the max yield. We got this little one on one switch on right now because, as you can see, the baby is very small. We actually started this one a couple days after these ones. As you can see, they're all not the same height. One of our seeds didn't actually sprout, so we had to plant another seed, and that one did sprout. And that is the white and bubbly. So looking really forward to that one. I believe that one's by Mephisto Genetics. I'm going to be trying to go over these again with you guys in another video, and I'll let you guys know where each seed came from. But I just want to go over this really fast with you guys, show you what we got going at least, what we got started, just kind of make it fast. So we got the white and bubbly right here. We got the G14 right there. She's looking really good. We got our Colorado cookies. Always really super good. Looking forward to her. Incredible bulk. Haven't had her in a while, so it's gonna be good. She's delicious. Last time I tried her, she was really good. And we have Carnival. She's a little behind than the other ones. These all 4 were planted on October 4th. So they're 9 days old. Hopefully she catches up here. You see, she does have her true leaves on her. But as you can see, as for the other ones, they're much more farther ahead. But I'm hopeful she'll catch up. So like I said, they've only been under here for 9 days. Right now I am watering with Grow A and B and CalMag only. On the next video, I'll try to be more precise of my measurements and everything like that. I'm trying to keep the pH right now between 5.8 and 6.0. Always trying to keep it on 5.8 though, but my husband told me that's okay if it's at 6.0 sometimes. So it's at 5.9 right now. So I mean, they look really good. Green. The only thing is that one's a little farther behind than the other ones. And this one right here is almost caught up to the Carnival over there. So, and this one was planted probably about, like, I want to say 4 days, so maybe even like on the 8th. These guys are planted on the 4th. And this one, I believe, was planted on the 8th or 9th. I'm not 100% about when this one is exactly planted, but I know that it was planted a few days after these ones here. So, yes. Really looking forward to these. Hope everyone's doing well. I hope I did okay on this grow update. I plan to do much more and keep you guys tuned in on this grow. And, yeah. Definitely I'm going to give more details about where each plant, like which seed company that they came from, on the next video. I just wanted to do a really fast video to let you guys know where we're at, what we're doing, and how it's going. So yeah, hope all is well. I feel like I'm definitely forgetting to say something, but it's okay. I will remember hopefully in the next video. Alright, take care. Thank you for watching, and happy growing. Double peace.
Alright, so you have it. There was a quick update by my wifey. And so just really quickly, because she brought some of the stuff, I just want to go through some things here. This one here is the white and bubbly. This one here is the Colorado cookies. This one here is this is by Mephisto Genetics. The Colorado cookies, of course, is by Dutch Passion. One of my favorite auto strains to grow. It's potent, it's frosty, it's a good yielder, or it can be a good yielder, and it's stable, so it's awesome. Then G14 by Fast Buds. Fast Buds is, you know how Fast Buds goes. It's just sometimes they're great, sometimes they're not so good. They're usually smaller plants, so if you're looking for really potent, frosty, smaller plants, I think it's a good thing. Most of their strains are a lot shorter, smaller plants, but still decent yielders. The thing is, though, that they're very unstable. That's what I've noticed so far with growing fast buds. Is it's kind of hit and miss whether or not you're going to get something that's good or not. It might grow all weird and funky, but most of the time they seem to at least grow fine. And they're always good and frosty. So there's that. Then back here you got Carnival by, I believe it's Ministry of Cannabis, and then Incredible Bulk, or Dr. Incredible. This is Incredible Bulk by Dr. Incredible, their autoflower version. Their regular is, or their photoperiod, I think is far superior. Their Incredible Bulk and photoperiod is a magnificent plant, grows fast, resistant to all kinds of stuff. It's really hard to get, mold and powdery mildew and things like that. And it's potent. It's a good smoke. Has a good smell to it. Anyway, the autoflower is really like a different plant. It doesn't have hardly any of the qualities that the photoperiod does. It's really it's like its own different strain. But it's grown a couple times and it's been pretty decent so far and pretty decent yield or so. I figured it has more seeds, might as well grow it. And then over here, like I said, we got the Carnival. I've never grown Carnival before. I have grown other strains by Ministry of Cannabis, and they've been very stable and nice and thick buds and everything. This one's really disappointing me right now because so far it's right from the get-go it just didn't want to sprout. In fact, it's pretty much the same age as this one here, the White Bubbly. So White and Bubbly at this time, remember this was filmed, what was it? I can't remember what day she said again. I think it was 3 days ago. I think it was the 13th, 13, 14, 16. I think it was the 13th. Anyway, right now, as of the 16th, this is again like filmed 3 days ago. But as of right now, the 16th, this one is 6 days old. These three are 12 days old, and this one is pretty much 6 days old too, because it took several days to actually even sprout more than these ones. And then even after it kind of sprouted, it just looked like a little pea on it. I just didn't want to get a nice long tail. I almost threw it out, but I was like, you know what, I'm going to give her a chance. I put it in the rock wool. Well, actually, I had her put in the rock wool and then had her plant it and everything. So this is all her grow, by the way. So this is the first grow where it's truly all her. I'm giving advice and stuff like that, but she's actually hands-on doing everything. She's pHing the water, she's checking the pH pen, calibrating the pH pen, she's making the water, making sure that it's the right ppms. Everything is all her. Putting in the stakes, putting on the drippers. She wanted to do a whole grow all on her own, so she knows how to do it from beginning to end. I've been giving her a little bit of advice and stuff like that, but it's all her. As far as hands-on, she's doing everything. And she's learning a lot. She's learning really fast. It's really cool. So this will be her first grow. That's all hers. I'm really excited to see how it turns out. I already know right now there's some things that are off to a rough start, but that's okay. It's her first true from beginning to end grow ever where she does everything hands-on. And so anyway, the Carnival is, like I said, I wanted her to throw it out because it's like, that's, it's just not doing its thing. She's I would have just wanted to throw her out, but I'm like, let's give her a chance. Let's see what she does. And she's still going really slow, so I know it took like a few days just for her to, because she was still in her seed when we planted all the other ones, and it took like 3 or 4 days before she just finally popped out and started to push that seed off. And I'm like, wow, that means she's like really stunted. Like that taproot is probably just starting to grow now. But I mean, I've had that happen before, and I gave them a chance, and they blew me away. They actually end up catching up and surpassing all the other plants. So who knows? Maybe she'll do that. If not, then whatever, it's fine. We don't need a whole bunch of marijuana. It's just her that smokes. So yeah. So anyway, that's where we're at right now. I think that these two are going to be right now. They're growing the best right now, and right now at this time they were 9 days old. These two were 3 days old, so 3 and 3, and these are 9. Now they're 12 and 6. So she's out there making another video right now, so I can make another update. So I might do 2 videos back to back so you can kind of see where we're at today, because this is kind of in the past video. But anyway, so that's it. Yeah, stay tuned. What I've been doing is, well, okay, so I let her know to PM, or to make the ppms of the nutrients like 0.2 to 0.3 EC. In other words, I wanted it right around 200. So you take the 0.2 times, on my phone, 200 times, 0.2 times 500, sorry. And I can't remember exactly what that is on the top of my head right now for some reason. 2 times 500 should be, that should be easy. It should be 0.1 or 100, right? 100? No, 1,000, not 1,000. 100. I don't know. I'd have to do the math. Sorry. I was just trying to see if I can do it in my head real quick. But anyway, so I wanted it right around, 200 to 400 ppm. But I said, let's start off right around 2 to 300 for the first few days, and then we can bump it up to 400. And she thought I said, just let's start at 400. We've done this before where we started right at 400, but I did notice that those ones did seem to be a little bit stunted. Matter of fact, I think it was either last grow or the grow before that we did. And I just had two tanks going. One was at like 400 or 500. The other one was at like 800. And this is with psychonutrients, so you don't need as much as if you're using like Florinova. And anyway, so I was like, man, that's kind of a lot for babies just starting out. I wanted to feed him less, like by hand or something. I'm like, whatever, let's just hook them up, see what happens. They're also getting fed too much for being so small. Right now, she did do that right, so I said, hey, let's get the timer right. Time it to where they only get fed twice a day for 5 seconds at a time. And remember, these drippers are straight. Look at that, right? That's a dripper right there. Matter of fact, let's go ahead and get in close on some of these so you can kind of see what I'm talking about. So that's that one. Let's go back. There we go. So see the drippers like that. So this is just a 1/4 inch hose, and it's going right down. And this is a stake, and it's going right down. And I just like to put it through this little hole. I don't know if it's supposed to be used that way, but I like to use it that way. This is the stalk of the plant. I keep it on the edge of the rock wool. I did I did decide to do just a longer, skinnier rock wool this time, mainly because we ran out of rock wool cubes. I didn't want to go buy more. And so I'm like, hey, let's just use what we got. So I cut them up. And so they're still 4 inches tall, but they're long and skinny. They're like about maybe 2.5 inches by 2.5 inches by 4 inches long. And so I figured that'd be cool. And yes, that's what they're in right now. And these are looking okay, I think, for 9 days old. This isn't bad. I think we'll see I'll see how big they are here in a second. She's out there videotaping now, and we'll see how big they've gotten since 3 days ago. But the carnival, I think, is that's a sad one, and I hope that she recovers and does her thing and catches up. But if not, then I guess that's fine. If she ends up taking up space, I'll just pull her out, like whatever, because I don't want to waste space on a plant that's not going to do nothing. But we'll see what happens. I'll probably find, even if she's really tiny, just find a little bit of space for her to do her thing, even though she's retarded. And so then we have this one here, Colorado Cookies. It's a little bit behind the other ones, but that's okay. Incredible Bulk looks like to be the furthest along. And like I said, the Carnival, she's a sad little thing. And because, yeah, look at her, just sad. She's so far behind. Like, and what I mean by that is that after she sprouted, she just grew really, really slow. She's not like growing fast. So she's just, I think she's trying to get her root system going. But once that gets going, maybe she'll go. And the main thing I'm waiting for in this grow, if she has messed up too much, I know they're being watered with, oh yeah, I wanted to show that real quick. Let's go back here. So notice that's the plant stem. This is on the edge of the rock wool. So I don't put it right. And notice it's not facing the plants here. So when the water comes out, it shoots this way. You don't want the water to be shooting directly onto your stem, onto the center of your stalk. Not even when it gets bigger. You want to have it coming to the side. So here's, I don't know if you can see this. Let's see here. Here's the stalk. You don't want it feeding directly into it. You don't want to feed directly into this. You want to feed it to the side like this. I saw paint on my hand. Sorry, I just got finished doing a blind painting. I don't know if you guys want to see that. I actually put a blindfold on it. I show with the flashlight. You can't see through the blindfold before and after. So showing it, put it on the painting, and then I take it off and show that it's still the same blindfold. And it actually came out really good. I've been doing this new thing where I meditate and paint. And so if anyone's interested in that, I'll link to my other channel now. I have the Learn to Draw channel, but this is a new channel. It's a abstract painting channel. So I'll go ahead and link to that channel. It's a new channel I have. If any of you guys want to go there and check it out, if you're into acrylic painting and oil painting, mainly this will be acrylic painting, but that seems to be really popular for abstracts. But I also have some oil painting ones on there, and I'll be doing both. But I also teach different techniques on how to do abstract painting. Literally anyone can do abstract painting. You just have to learn the tools. And once you learn the tools and how to use them with practice, then it's just a matter of doing cool stuff. And it's really, I show you different techniques and stuff you can watch. And so yeah, it's a new channel, but check it out if you guys are interested in that. So yeah, again, I'll have it. Just click on my channel's name, the Grow Pot Cheaply, and then on my channel homepage, it shows my other channels there on the right hand side. I'll have that on there once this video is uploaded. All right, so yeah, so just make sure that this is the stock that you have your water coming to the side like that. So have it shoot. No, don't have it like this, shooting at the stalk. Have it shooting to the side of the stalk. But also make sure you know how big your Rockwell cube is. If your Rockwell cube ends here, then that's where you want it to hit. You want it to hit the edge of that Rockwell cube, so it's actually moistening that Rockwell cube. Don't have it, if the Rockwell cube's here, don't have it way over here, watering just the coco. I mean, the coco will get absorbed and the water will absorb into Rockwell, but not enough. Especially when the plant starts getting older, you really want that Rockwell to stay moist every time it gets watered. And so I start off with watering only 2 times a day. We'll have her watering. Well, to have the system watering on automatic watering system, watering 2 times a day for only 5 seconds. You can find a second timer on Amazon. Just type in like second timer or something like that. A digital second timer. And so yeah, you type in digital second timer, and that's going to allow you to adjust it by the second. So I have it, for example, we have it to where it turns on at 8 o'clock at night and then turns off at 8 o'clock in 5 seconds. So it's on for 5 seconds. And with this big 1/4 inch tube, 5 seconds, it gives a good amount of water. And I don't really about runoff so much at this beginning stages, like the first couple weeks, like well, first 2 weeks or so. So right around now, but they're still kind of smallish. I kind of also go by how the size the plants are. But I want to start getting runoff, just a little bit of runoff here. So if we're not getting runoff with those 2 waterings, I think one's for 5 seconds and the second one's for 8 seconds. And I have them, when lights turn on is when they first water, and then halfway in between lights on, so they're on for 18 hours. So, let's say about 8 hours later or so, something like that, 9 hours later, it turns on for the second feeding. You can even go a little bit longer, 10, 12 hours for the second feeding, as long as it comes on, a couple hours before lights turn off. And yeah, so even if you do out 12 hours, if the lights are on for 18 hours, then you can have it set for 12 hours for second feeding. And if I don't get any runoff off of that, then I'll increase it. I'll add a third watering time in between those 2 for 5 seconds or so to make sure I get a little bit of runoff. Or for now, maybe I'll just increase the second watering, up to 12 seconds, and see if I get runoff that next day. If I still don't get runoff, then I'll increase it more until I get runoff. I should get runoff that like 12 seconds for sure. I think I'm already getting runoff now. I'll have to see. But anyway, yeah, so that's that. And just make sure I'm not missing anything else for the update here. Oh yeah, so basically what I want to do is I want to let these go ahead and grow. And if for some reason they start flowering way too early, like they don't get very big and they already start flowering, then I'm probably going to just put them off to the side and start a new batch. Maybe let those ones finish out just to see if they do anything. And we'll just count that as, hey, mistakes happen, let's try it again. Let's make sure we get our feeding down lower. We got the 2 drums here, so that way we can do 2 grows at once. We can have one feeding, so if these ones are on, they get bigger and they're now on 800 ppms, then obviously this one feeding little babies needs to be on something smaller than that. So we'll put it on like 200, 300, right around 300 ppms is perfect. If you want to be really careful, you can start at 200 for a few days and then bump it up to 300. You can stay on 300 until you start to see they're either just not growing very fast or they start to kind of turn a lighter shade of green, then bump up to 400 and then maybe even 500. And then once they start taking off, just bump up to 800 and then keep it at that, or right around 0.6 to 0.8 EC. And then maybe once they get into really into like when they're about to go toward flowering, when they start getting really, really big and bushy, they're like big, nice bushy plants, then you might want to bump it up to 1.0. Just make sure watch the color of your plants. That's all you have to do. So if your plants start turning a lighter shade of green, bump it up a little bit. Feed them with a little bit more. And you guys want to know my feeding charts, you can go to growpotcheaply.com and my feeding charts are there. I might actually put those on perfectsunled.com too, but for right now they're at the growpotcheaply.com website for my feeding chart. I give all the the basic idea for how to feed my plants, the general idea for you can apply to any nutrient you want, but I also give it for some specific nutrients as well. I'm not sure if my measurements are accurate now, because I don't know if I did the math right for some of the Flora Nova charts. So just make sure you check the ppms. If it's way different than what it should be, then I did some calculations wrong. With Flora Nova, you want to shoot for like during flowering, you only want to be at like 800 to 900, maybe 1,000 ppm, maybe 1,200 ppm tops. You really don't want to go above that with Flora Nova. Really with any nutrient, really, when you're feeding every single day. They get plenty of nutrients when you're feeding every day. Okay, so that's it. I just want to see if there's anything else I wanted to catch you guys up on, outside of if you guys are just interested in what I've been up to and doing and stuff. So yeah, okay. Some people were like, hey, they wanted to buy my artwork and stuff like that, and it wasn't really possible before to do that, and now it is. So I'm actually right now in the middle of putting my abstract art at a lower price for the ones that, in fact, I'm going to save this now, and I'll show you guys what I'm talking about. I think I just changed the price on this one. Let's find out. Hold on. So we already got some here that sold, 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 and yeah. So here I changed this one. So this one was going for $396, like this one, but I realized that a lot of people are like, hey, I really want your art, but it's kind of pricey. And I was like, you know what? These are on canvas board. So anything I do on canvas board or on just loose canvas, I'm gonna be doing that for people that can't afford the stuff that's on high quality canvas, like this one, or this is on high quality canvas, a masterpiece gallery canvas. And so for it's on a stretched on nice, really nice wood and everything. Canvas board means it's canvas glued onto particle board, really strong board, and you just put it in a frame, and it still looks just as nice. I mean, it's not like it's but for some reason canvas board can't like gallery canvas for some reason just, I don't know, goes for more money because art people are weird, and canvas board doesn't. So that's why I already had it at lower, but I'm gonna lower all of these down to 196. I'm in the middle of doing that now, so I got to lower all these. This one's really funny. It's based on, look up Rothko. He actually recently sold. He's dead now, but he sold one of his paintings, or one of his paintings sold rather. That was just 3 rectangles. That's kind of what this idea was, like a square within a square within a square, a rectangle within a rectangle. His was just 3 rectangles going this way, and it sold for. Matter of fact, let me just show you. It's like red, blue, something. It sold for 81 million. Red, orange, yellow. I think that one's it. Yeah, this painting right here sold for $81 million. Right there. That painting right there sold for $81 million just recently. Recently just sold, like I think within a month, within this last month. He said he has other ones similar to this that have sold for 40 million, but they're different colors. But same idea, 3 rectangles inside of a rectangle. And it's like, wow, that's crazy. But it really got me thinking, like, why do people buy this? What about this painting makes people buy it? And I was actually looking at one of the paintings, one of Rothko's paintings, and that's what got me thinking about it. And let me show you that really quick. For anyone that's wondering, masterpaintingnow.com is my main art website, and I have these lessons and also art blog where I talk about different things. And so really quickly, so if you read this here, the Rothko theory is where I go into the idea, but I want to show you the one I saw. So this one right here. So I saw this painting and I was like, wow, it moved me. And I didn't understand why, because it's just, yeah, it follows some simple principles of composition and color theory. So color theory is that, this is complementary colors. The red and blue are complementary colors. It's also red and green. And so it follows that. It also follows rules of composition. So you have one of the rules of composition is having different size shapes. So here you have a thin rectangle, medium, and a large. That's another rule of composition is go, like small, medium, large. Never just everything shouldn't all be the same size. So everything shouldn't be the same height or the same width or even the same size. So here are 3 things that are different sizes, and then also they're different. These 2 are farther apart than these 2. It's a very slight difference, but they are farther apart. So it follows some simple rules of composition, but nothing that should be like, wow, it really emotionally moves me. And that led me to this theory, and I started exploring. Anyway, I talk about the theory. If you want to read about it here on the site, just go to what I just went to. This article here goes all about what the theory is. But then it led me down another path. And the other path that led me down, after I was doing some of these really, really basic type of stuff here, and then some of stuff like this, is I was like, I'm going to meditate before and while I'm painting. And that led me to this whole new thing where my art really changed its style. For at least when I'm meditating and painting, it comes out with this really interesting kind of stuff, like you see here. Yeah, so it kind of looks like stuff, kind of doesn't, it's abstract, but it, you know, it still kind of looks like something, right? This one's done in oil. Kind of looks like a, I don't know. I think there's like looks like a bunch of flying cars. Like we're in some futuristic city that's, I don't know, built by pirates or something. It's really crazy though, because when I meditate, I often will see visions and things. And anyway, so um, this comes through, and sometimes when I'm painting, it kind of feels like, even like when I'm writing, sometimes it feels like the characters take over and just start writing for me, and I feel like I'm just watching my hands type, and like I'm not doing it. And it sounds weird, but it really does feel like they take on a life of their own. They just like write their own story. I'm just like watching, like, oh, this is awesome. It's awesome when that happens, because then I feel like I'm not having to do any work to make the novel happen. And same thing if I'm painting, and like it just feels like I go into a zone, and then next thing you know, I got this cool painting. I'm just kind of an observer. It's really cool to see that happen. So yeah. But anyway, if anyone's ever wanted to own some of my artwork, I'll be doing some, I think, um, impressionism type stuff. Like this is more impressionistic of the Last Supper. It's still abstract. I know, like from a distance, you look at it and it kind of looks like those are people, but they're really not. I mean, they're very abstract shapes, you know. But yeah, it does kind of read like people, and so that's the Last Supper. And the idea is that I'm putting my very soul, my very essence, my very being into these paintings, and it might be kind of hard to feel and see it, you know, because this is just, you know, a photograph represented online, but when you're in person with it, it's very different, and really cool experience. So I think I've taken the idea of Rothko to a whole new level, where instead of just putting my emotions and stuff into it, I can put my very being, my very essence into those paintings. And so it doesn't matter what they're of, they're still going to have that same emotion behind it, because it's captured in every brushstroke. And I know this has nothing to do with growing. This is what I do. I just update you guys on my life. I do the grow thing. Now you guys are caught up on that, and then I spend a little bit of time just like updating you guys what I'm doing in my life. This is what I've been doing right now, and also working on my art courses. But yeah, I've been doing this new thing where I've been doing a lot of traditional painting, and it's really fun. I like it, and yeah, it's really interesting. And I just, like I said, just did this one where working on that one right now. As far as the yeah, just let me show you part of this really quick here. So I put on the blindfold, and then I show right here. This is where I'm showing that if this was like really thin material, you'd be able to. Oh, okay, I already showed it. Sorry. Let me go back a little bit. There we go. If this was really thin material you can see through, you would be able to see the flashlight right through it. Like if this was like, you know, like pantyhose or something like that, you'd be able to see it right through it. And so yeah, I meditated prior to this, and then I meditate right here in the beginning. I don't know if you saw that, like right there for a little bit. It doesn't take me very long, especially once I've already been meditating. I'm just kind of fast forwarding through real fast, and then I start painting blindfolded. And just to kind of, I'll just show you what some of it looks like that, and it's really cool. So the end result comes out cool. I'm still working on this video. I'm gonna be uploading it here soon. I called it Blindfolded City, so that's the end result. And kind of interesting. These almost look like stairs just going off into nothing. It's abstract. It's not supposed to look like anything, but my abstracts always kind of end up resembling something. Like that's what's cool about it. Everyone's to see something different. What I see, I mean, I'm obviously going to see probably something that resembles ships, because that shape is kind of there. Like, or maybe even like some of the shapes kind of remind me sometimes of battle fighter, like those what are they called? The boats that are like battleships. Is that what they're called? Battleships? I looked at some pictures of those. I'm like, yeah, it kind of does look like that. Because someone said, oh, it reminds me of a battleship, and so I went and looked at some pictures. I'm like, oh, it kind of does. I didn't realize that battleships had so many lines, almost like a you know, old pirate ship with all the lines and ropes coming off of it. They have all these hard metal wires, and from a distance it looks like lines, and it's kind of cool. And so yeah, I have other ones, you know, that are totally different, you know, like this one here. You know, so they're not all the same. This is more like this is called nuclear lovers. The idea is basically they're like embracing their last embrace as a nuclear blast is going off, and you can see the cities. You know, they're about to die basically. This one here is called 9/11 because after I was done, it kind of reminded me of two towers, you know, and kind of like, you know, maybe on fire or something. So kind of, I was like, huh, maybe that's like subconsciously 9/11. And let me see here. Hold on. This one's interesting. This one already sold. Clockwork City. And then this one's called India. because it has a lot of, kind of reminds me of India. It has a lot of these colorful things. Like, I don't know if you've ever seen India with their apartments and stuff, with their houses. They're like stacked on top of each other like this, and they're like really crazy colors. You gotta check out some pictures of India to see that. It's really interesting. But yeah, so was one more I wanted to show you guys real quick here. I guess I can show you this one here. You kind of already seen them, but this can, this gives you a better view of them. Not really, I call this one wasteland. It's just, the whole point is just to express your emotions through your brush strokes and colors and stuff like that. But yeah, it's interesting how sometimes like this one called Channel, that's why it sold for so much. Because this is one of those ones where I feel like I lose myself, and I'm an observer just watching, as if I channeled some other energy and it's painting through me. And who knows? I don't know if that's possible. Maybe there is something painting through me, some dead painter or something like that, and trying to express themselves through my. I don't know. I just know that's what it feels like, and it's quite an interesting experience. So this one's kind of cool too. It's mostly all black. Very inspired by Rothko. He actually did some just pure black paintings, and they actually sold for a lot of money. It's crazy. But yeah, this is like a night city or something. All right. So anyway, that's it. I don't want to spend too much time talking about this stuff, but that's really what I've been doing lately. And if you guys are interested in learning how to meditate to help yourself, go to namicism.com. So it looks like that. NAMICISM, namicism.com. This is the site here. I have some videos, and one of them is a guided meditation video right here. In this video, I'm going to be making an article showing how to use this video for anything. You can literally help yourself overcome, all kinds. I list all the different things you can do with Namicism. The guided meditations all right here. I mean, you can gain self-control, overcome fears, overcome addictions, overcome nightmares, all this kind of stuff. Like, I've overcome my nightmares through it, because you get better at lucid dreaming, and through lucid dreaming you can overcome your nightmares with it. Very, very powerful stuff. But that one meditation is all you need. Once you learn how to do that, after watching and listening to enough times, through me guiding you through it, eventually you'll learn the techniques and be able to just do it yourself without having to watch it. But it's still good to watch it because it kind of like relaxes you and puts you in that state of consciousness easier. But I'm going to be writing an article or making a video showing you how to focus your intentions. So when you listen, like, once you get into that state of mind, I wasn't going to make separate videos for each topic, but there's no need to. All you have to do is set your intentions, like what you want, and once the video gets you to that state of higher consciousness, then you start focusing on that thing that you want to fix. So if you want to fix, you want to become more kinder, then you focus on, before meditating, I want to become more kinder, focus on that concept, and meditate once you reach that level of consciousness within the meditation, right? Once you're there and you're deep, then you start to work on that part of yourself. You start to focus on the negative sides of yourself falling apart, and start to imagine the kindness is coming out in you, and that you're becoming more kind. And I might still make some particular, specific targeted guided meditations for people that have a harder time doing that. That way I just kind of do it for you and help you work on that part of yourself. And so yeah, that's that. So all right, that's a little bit update of what's been going on with Neil. And yeah, and of course, want to continue bringing you guys good grow information. So if you have any, if you've actually watched this to this far, congratulations, that's awesome. And if you want to leave a comment in the yeah, the video below, if you want to leave a comment in the comment section below, please do so. Let me know what you want to learn about that. Is there something that you want me to update on that I haven't done in a while? I've been thinking about re-updating about how to do the drip system. I just redid that. I recently just made a video. So go to the course, the free course on either Perfect Sun LED or growbotcheaply.com, and the free course actually has a video on there on how I set up my drip system. Show step by step how I do everything. And then I was thinking about maybe doing an update on like my feeding, what I do with psychonutrients or something. Not psycho, I meant what is that what I'm using? No, am I using Autoflower? I can't remember which one I'm using. Oh yeah, Kogos was the other one I was using. I might actually try Kogos again, because that's where I got my biggest plants ever. So I might actually try Kogos again. But right now I'm not going for my biggest plant, so I have to make sure if I do that, then I'm actually trying to get my biggest plant, which means I have to use the bigger pots, the ones I used before when I got that big Mufasa, that 3-pound plant. Yeah, I know her bud in the video looks like crap, but who cares? It made some bomb ass fucking oil, right? All right, so that's it, guys. Oh, and some people got all pissy, I think, one of my last videos, because I talked about some political stuff, and they thought I had some political agenda. No. Everyone just has their own views on things in life, and I share them sometimes. I don't have any agenda or view or want to try to get people to believe like I do. I don't care how people believe. I just share my own thoughts, my own mind. Um, like I definitely don't like this movement, like in Canada and stuff, that trying to force people to have to talk a certain way because I believe in our freedom of speech. If someone wants to call me a white cracker son of a bitch, that's fine. I don't care. But I should have the same right to call them whatever I want to call them. I don't like I'm a kind person, so I don't want to call people rude things. But I shouldn't be forced either to have to. No one should be forced to have to talk a certain way, so long as it's not in enacting violence. So long as I'm not saying, "Hey, go fuck that dude up." Like that's not good. You legally can't do that because you're inciting violence through your speech. You can't tell someone to go build a bomb and blow something up. That makes sense. But by just saying that someone is a piece of shit, you're not inciting violence. And that's actually legal, by the way. But they're trying to make it illegal to say certain things. That's far less than that, in my opinion. Like calling somebody a politically incorrect word, and that's ridiculous. No one should go to jail or get fined for that. Like in Canada, you get fined and or go to jail if you don't use a proper pronoun for a transgender person, and that's ridiculous. Like I understand they have every right to be called whatever they want to be called. And if you're a nice person, you'll do that. But you shouldn't be forced to have to do that. That was my point in the last video. People freaked out about it, like blah blah. Your agenda, and I'm like, whatever. Don't watch my channel then. It's like, I don't care. If you're that butthurt and you're that easily offended, then just don't watch my channel. It's not a big deal. All right, so thumbs up. Check it out. By the way, max shields are in stock again. They're running out fast. Looking at them right now. So I got some max shields, got cobs in stock, $800 right now, good deal. And Dwarf Star, everything is in stock right now. Actually, everything's in stock. I even still have some. Goliath is the only one right now that I still have some in China warehouse to ship to United Kingdom and stuff like that for worldwide shipping. Typically, I just been using Ship It To now, so I just ship it from here rather than have to store it somewhere else. And so they just use Ship It To, and it's really easy. You just sign up. It gives you a United States address, and then you use that address to make an order. Then I ship it to them. They ship it to you, and it's far cheaper than any other way to get it to you. Saves a lot of money, and that's why I'm able to put a lower price. Matter of fact, they only have to pay the Canada price now instead of paying like the UK price, which was a lot more before. I don't know if you remember with that, but it was like $200 more, or maybe sometimes $300 because I had to cover the shipping costs. So now it's a lot cheaper. Goliaths are almost gone though, as far as the overseas shipping. So that's a really big light. I'm not sure if I'll be, after I run out of stock over there, I don't know if I'm gonna restock again over there to that warehouse because it costs more money and all that kind of stuff. So I might just stop shipping that one internationally. It's just a big light. It's heavy, and even with Ship It To, I don't know. It might still be really expensive, so might stop that one. All right, double peace, guys. Until next time.